In this video, we will see the next mechanism of the system's programming, that is nothing but the macro processor. First of all, we will see what is the definition behind the macro processor. Macro is nothing but a unit of, it is nothing but the unit of specification of program generation through expansion. Before going to this definition clearly, I am wanting to give you one example related to macro from the C language point of view. In the C language, you have seen the same type of a macro also, and that same mechanism you have to use here. That is, in the C language, you were using like hash define max x y x if x greater than y, you have to print x, otherwise y. Like such statement was there. And in that, what is the macro? Macro is nothing but a small function. And in the actual programming mechanism, where you have to use such macro, or the definition where you are using the macro, you are giving the expansion of the means the unit of specification of a program generation through expansion, means where you are using the max, their clear cut definition will be executed here, means it is a one line function used to give the clear cut specification of the programming terms, so it is known as a macro. Macro is nothing but a small program. Okay, macro is nothing but a small program, so that macro definition, but it is replaced with the macro call statement when it is called. For example, it is your main section, and where you have write the max like 1, 2, then its expansion will be given by this macro definition. So it is known as a small program giving the definition of a small functions. This process which replaces the macro definition with the macro call is the macro processor. So, what is the macro processor? Macro is nothing but the small program, and macro processor is nothing but replace macro definition with macro call. Okay. The mechanism which replaces the definition with the call is known as a macro processor. Okay. And this macro processor facility which is provided by us, and that mechanism is nothing but the system program. Okay. Who provide us this facility? System programmer gives us the facility of this macro processing. Coming to the next mechanism of the macroprocessor, many high-level languages provides this facility. Which are the high-level languages? C, C++, Java, and lots of such languages. For example, I have given the example of a hash define statement. Then, in the CPP language, which mechanism you are using for the macro definition? Inline is nothing but the one line function, and it is nothing but a macro of the CPP program. The macro facility supports modular programming. Modularization means what? It is a, for example, one main module, but it is not possible to accomplish this module or this task in a single term. So you are separating it into a small term. So one model is executed into the or splitted into the another parts, and that is known as the modular programming. Now we will take the next mechanism, that is macro facility supports the macro programming or modular programming, but it increases the speed of object code by expanding the object code. This facility saves users time to write down same code again and again. For example, what does this actually means us? You have to calculate the average of three numbers. Okay. Then you are writing the average of three numbers. Then you are printing the average. This is the macro. For example, while calculating the percentage, for example, we are taking this example. While calculating the percentage, you have to take the average divided by that number into 100. So in that case, instead of writing the average or calculating the average again, we are only calling at that macro. So it will saves the user's time, space and lots of mechanisms. So with the help of a diagram, we will see what does this actually mechanism tells us. For that, we have to write the source code with macro. Okay, source code with the macro. Then you have to apply or you have to use the macro processor. Okay, then this is the source code with macro. It is passed to the macro processor. What is the next step? The next step is that you have to use means the macro processor does the function of source code with macro means this macro processor replaces the macro with its macro call means its definition is expanded, and here it will next generate the source code without macro. Okay, then this is the expanded form of the source code. Then at the last, it will pass to the translator. Okay. Translator actually does the translation processes, and at the last, its object is generated. So this is the actual process of the macro processor. Means how any small things will be executed with the help of the macro processors. Continuing with this part, we will cover the advantages, disadvantages, or which are the advantages, disadvantages of a macro or subroutine. Means at uh, talking in plain terms, it is the difference between macro versus subroutine. Okay. Now, what are the different advantages of macro over the subroutine? That is means we are giving the or focusing the macro facilities, that is first, that is it supports the modular programming. Okay, as we have seen in the same video before some time, that is it divides the whole task or whole program into modular programming or divide the main part program into the different parts. Second, it eliminates. What it eliminates? It eliminates the repetition. How? It eliminates the repetition of the same code again and again from the source code, because we are calling that macro, and in that case we are avoiding the double writing of the same definition. By eliminating the repetitions, it gives us the facility that it increase the speed of object code. Okay. As you know that if you have to write the 10 pages and some of your friends have written the 5 pages out of them and that are similar with you and your friend, then you are only copying that pages or only xeroxing or color xeroxing that pages. It will saves your time, means the work which was done by another person or another module is used by the different modules and gives the it facility of increasing the speed. Coming with the next advantage, that is it is suitable in real time environment. Why it is suitable with the real time environment? Because it allows us to minimize the space, minimize the time, and maximize the program throughput or program performance. So it is suitable in the real time environment. And at the last, the most important advantage that it decrease the programmer's burden. Okay. Why it decrease the programmer's burden? Because using the macros done by the itself or another persons and using only that in terms of a calling mechanism gives the advantage to to programmer that it will help him or her to write the program with easy mechanism and in the short time period. But we all know that when there is any advantage, a little bit disadvantages comes with it. So we will see what is the disadvantage of the macros over subroutine. But as we know that it processes the macro, so it requires extra time for processing. Okay, what does it performs? As the macroprocessor transfers these macros with its definition, it requires extra time. Then it also requires the extra softwares because microprocessors are using the processor, means pre-processing the macro, so it is extra software. Next part is that object codes requires, as we are storing separate object code, it requires the more memory. Okay, so these are some disadvantages of macro over the subroutine, and this is all the short overview about what is the macro, how it is helpful to a user in real time situations, and what are the different advantages and disadvantages of the macro comparing with the subroutine. In the next some videos, we will cover the another part of the macro processor. Thank you so much.